Welcome back to another episode of The Road Chose Me. Today, something a little bit special. It's finally time to start talking about my new expedition and where I'm headed. So you guys know I spent 2 years driving from Alaska to Argentina on the Pan American Highway. I spent 3 years driving this Jeep all the way around Africa. And actually, the 2-year anniversary of completing that trip just passed last week. And so now it's time. I've been gearing up for almost a year now to get on the road for my third major expedition. So if you have a look on the world map, these are the places that I've been. And spoiler alert, I'm going to the blank places on the map. For me, overlanding is all about going places I've never been before, exciting new things, wondering what's around every turn. So as much as I'd love to get back to Africa someday, right now I'm more passionate to explore places I've never been. When I get to this new place, I am going to buy a new vehicle and I'll be completely outfitting that vehicle to get more remote than I've ever been before. If you guys want to see all the details of the trip and the vehicle and all the behind the scenes information, I'm posting it to Patreon now for people who support me there. So for just $5 a month, you can get all of this behind the scenes info as well as a bunch of other perks, and you're helping to support me to bring these videos to you guys and to get me back on the road and to keep me on the road so you guys will keep getting all the information that's helping you guys get on the road. So for supporters on Patreon, they're not only getting the information of what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going into all the details about why I'm doing it. And I'm doing this to help teach people my thinking and my design criteria and what I look for in a vehicle and how I figure out timing and all of that kind of stuff so that you can apply it to your own trip for wherever you want to go in the world. For this next expedition, I'll be getting more remote than I've ever been before, so I will be carrying more drinking water and more fuel than I ever have in the past. Those are a key design criteria for my vehicle. Of course, I'll be bringing more food, more gear. All of that is just taken to the next level. So as I go through the stages of designing this vehicle, I'll be giving people on Patreon all of the reasons why I'm doing the things I'm doing, the alternate ideas that I considered, and the pros and cons of each approach that I do wind up with. Because as I've said all along, there's no such thing as a perfect vehicle, but I am trying to design a vehicle that meets my needs for the particular trip that I'm trying to achieve. As well as just information about what I'm doing, I'll open up Patreon to questions and video chats with my supporters there so that they can ask me questions about what they would like to know. So if you've always wondered, why do I do something the way I do? Or if you see me build the vehicle and you question, why didn't I do something differently? Going through Patreon is going to be a great way to get all of that information and again, help you learn what you're going to need for your next trip. So this is actually a photo of the next vehicle that I will be building, and plans are well underway. I'm already ordering equipment, parts and equipment is arriving at a shipping destination waiting for me. So it's not going to be too long till I start putting it together. And if you want to see what it looks like unmasked, that photo, not blacked out, is on Patreon right now. So you can go and see the exact vehicle that I'm building. And it is a little bit unique. I'm not doing what most people assume that I'm going to be doing. There are some quirky differences. So once again, setting out on a major expedition with a purpose-built vehicle to help me achieve my goals. So if you would like to learn more, head over to Patreon. There's a link down in the description. I'm The Road Chose Me on Patreon, and all of that information is available now. Over there, feel free to ask me questions, send me a message. I strive for 100% response rate on Patreon. Here on YouTube and even on Instagram, I'm getting overwhelmed with the number of comments and I simply can't read or reply to them all. But on Patreon, I will always reply to every comment and every message that you send me. Once you learn where I'm going, you'll understand why I'm not going to be taking Sandy with me. So I do have something very special planned for Sandy, the Jeep sitting behind me. Fingers crossed that'll come together. I still don't have it 100% locked in, but I am working hard to make sure that Sandy gets a proper forever home that she really deserves after the trip that we went on together. So as well as designing and organizing all the equipment and the route and the planning and the plane flights and everything that I'm doing in the background, I'll still be posting videos here on YouTube to help teach you guys what you need to know. And of course, once the expedition does get underway, probably in July, maybe August at the latest, I will start showing you details on the vehicle I'm building, and of course I'm going to document the whole trip and bring you guys along with me more than I ever have in the past. But if you can't wait those extra few months and you want to learn about it all right now, head over to Patreon and I hope I'll see you there. Thanks very much for the support, stay safe, and maybe I'll bump into you on the road.